Steve at Etobicoke. Let's fit in one more before we go to a break. Hi, Steve.
Hey, well, we start with the coach. Let's move on to the GM. You know, Brian Burke, last week on a competing radio station, he said that he doesn't care if he makes the playoffs this year. He's not interested in making the playoffs to get hammered in the first round. I mean, what kind of message does that send to your team? They're 0-3 since that interview. And, okay, yeah, it's just an interview. But you know what? These guys are on the ice, leaving their lungs on the ice, giving their hearts. And the general manager comes out and says that he doesn't think they could, by saying that, he's saying that he doesn't think that they can go deep in the playoffs. And the players, up until that point, I think that they did. And everyone can hypothesize and say, oh, well, they're professionals and they play at their best all the time. That's crap. You know what? If a player thinks he's going to get traded, he's not going to put that puck deep. He's going to take that shot. Did you see that blind pass that Lombardi made, like across the ice, late in the third? I mean, it was to nobody. He was trying to get another point so he could say, oh, I got a 2-point night. I mean, the Leafs just had their legs cut out from under them by Brian Burke last Thursday.
Uh-huh. Because of Burke's comments.
You don't think the mental aspect of the game affects players?
I think, Steve, that Burke was, you're maybe misinterpreting and taking more into that than was indicated. You're the first person that has mentioned this. You're the only person that has mentioned this. I think the players that work and play for Brian Burke... I'm sorry?
He leads us to believe that we're going to make the playoffs, and then in the interview last week he goes, well, I could have traded a bunch of young players.
Yeah, the players don't want to get knocked out in the first round either. They got to improve this hockey club.
Yeah, but that was last year. We're talking about this year. By saying that, he's saying that he believes, this is by giving an answer such as, we're not going to make the playoffs, it sends a message to the team that he doesn't believe that they're going to make the playoffs. And then, so what are they out there skating around shooting the puck for? What are they bleeding and blocking shots for? It's for nothing. The team doesn't mean anything to Burke.
The team doesn't mean... Are you saying that this guy doesn't care about winning?
If you take my statement, where he doesn't think that this team will make...
Answer my question. Are you saying that this guy doesn't care about winning? This guy's a pretty passionate hockey guy.
Johnnie Cochrane. I mean, no, you're right. That question, no. But when he says, I don't think he's going to make the playoffs because...
You know what? Don't call me Johnnie Cochrane. Steve, I know if you saw Brian Burke in person, I know exactly what you'd do. Okay, you'd go up and tell him how great you thought he was. Don't call me Johnnie Cochrane. Steve, we're going to fit in a quick break. Thanks very much for your phone call.